Even though Starlink's only a few years old at this point, there have been several Easter eggs and fun things that users have discovered over the years. So I thought it'd be fun to compile a list of 10 of my favorite Starlink Easter eggs and fun facts. Those of you that are new to Starlink might be surprised by some of the things on this list, and some of you that were beta testers that started very early on with Starlink might know them all. Either way, this will be a fun little journey down memory lane, so let's jump right in. So for the first one on the list, we got to go way back to late 2020. It's the early days of the public beta for Starlink. They have just around 1,000 satellites in their constellation and just a few thousand users. So the Starlink system is set up and managed by the Starlink app, and in one of the early versions of the Starlink app, users actually found a surprising little Easter egg. Do you remember Clippy from Microsoft Office? Well, if you do, this Easter egg will make sense. Starlink made their own version of Clippy called Dishy. In early versions of the app, he popped up as your little assistant to set up Starlink, and if you tapped on him enough, it would bring up a little prompt allowing you to actually print your own little Dishy. Number 2 on the list has to do with this graphic right here. So if you've ever looked on the front of your Starlink router, you might notice this graphic right here. It's also the graphic they use on their app icon. Well, it's not just any graphic. It's actually an orbital transfer ellipse. And it's a maneuver that spacecraft can use to transfer from one orbit to another. And in Starlink's case, this depicts an orbital ellipse transfer from Earth to Mars. Now, if you're not familiar with SpaceX, which is Starlink's parent company, Elon Musk is a CEO, and he's very much obsessed with getting to Mars. In fact, he says that services like Starlink are actually just funding mechanisms to get people to a colony on Mars. So that's the significance of the graphic that you find on Starlink products. So number 3 is a fun fact about Starlink. Did you know that they have an action figure? Actually, it's right behind me here. You may have seen it in previous videos sitting on my desk. Let's take a look. So this is the Starlink action figure set, and the product listing actually calls it Starlink action figure. It comes with a little mini Gen 2 router, standard actuated dish. The dish actually moves, and you can actually separate the base. It was sold at the SpaceX shop on their website, but unfortunately it looks like it's no longer available. They might be coming out with a new action figure version for Generation 3, which is the latest hardware iteration, so keep your eye out for that. So number 4 on our list is another Easter egg that Starlink hides in the warranty booklet that comes with each dish. So if you read the warranty document, go under the section on lightning protection, Starlink explains that the warranty does not cover things like meteors, solar storms, and then they say dinosaurs or other forces of nature. So mentioning dinosaurs, fun little Easter egg that Starlink's throwing in there for the people that actually go through and read the legal documents. Number 5 on our list is another fun Easter egg that you can find by establishing an SSH connection directly into the Starlink router. Now, if you're not familiar, SSH is a communication protocol usually used by IT professionals and in some cases computer and hardware enthusiasts. If you hook a computer up to the Starlink router and SSH directly into it, you'll find a secret message. Now, the messages actually are different for each generation of Starlink router. If you establish an SSH connection into the Gen 3 router, you find the following message. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a Wi-Fi router should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The router, of course, flies anyway because routers don't care what humans think is impossible. Did you know you can transport your dish to Mars? Number 6 on our list is the development mode for the Starlink app, which contains several fun little Easter eggs. So if you go into development mode on the Starlink app by tapping on the Starlink logo at the bottom several times in a row, you can play around with certain elements of the app user interface. When you select Custom in the development menu, scroll down to the Get Clients section. A list of several test clients is configured, several of them with references to movies and other pop culture. For example, one here is the Infinite Improbability Drive from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There's also an option to toggle your Dishy background on the app to go to Mars. A lot of these Easter eggs are software or app related, but Starlink has included some physical Easter eggs as well. This is the power supply bracket that comes with the high performance kit. On the back, you'll notice a printing of a Gen 1 circular dish with a bunch of cats on top, And that's in reference to a popular meme that floated around early on in Starlink's history. One user found out that the heating function of the dish tended to attract the neighborhood cats, and he snapped a picture of several cats enjoying the warmth of the Gen 1 dish. That post went viral, so Starlink decided to work it in as an Easter egg into one of their products. For number 8, did you know that the official name for the original Gen 1 circular dish was Dishy McFlatface? In the instruction manual for the Gen 1 dish, Starlink refers to the dish as Dishy McFlatface. The name is a parody of the boat naming contest that went viral on the internet several years ago, where internet users officially named a boat Boaty McBoatface. To this day, Starlink fans continue to refer to their dishes as Dishy, so if you've ever seen that online, that's why. Number 9 on our list is the Better Than Nothing beta. Before opening up access to the public, Starlink invited a select number of people to participate in what they called the Better Than Nothing beta. Thousands of people ended up signing up, indicating a really high demand. Better Than Nothing beta participants were warned that their performance would be inconsistent and unreliable at times, and that frequent service interruptions could occur. So living up to its name, Better Than Nothing beta provided fast internet service to rural customers, which literally had no other options. So it really was better than nothing. And finally for our list, number 10 is another hidden Easter egg in some legal documents. So if you read through the Starlink Terms of Service on the website, in section 11 of the document, Starlink explains that all parties must recognize Mars as a free planet and that no Earth-based government has authority or sovereignty over Martian activities. The section of the Terms of Service also mentions providing Starlink services on Earth's moon, on Mars, and in transit to Mars. So like the orbital ellipse graphic that we talked about earlier, SpaceX and Starlink are clearly focused on Mars, and this is just another hidden Easter egg that shows that. So that's my list of 10 Easter eggs and fun facts that you probably didn't know about Starlink. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. Personally, my favorite is the graphic printed on the bottom of the power supply bracket. Also, be sure to check out our blog, starlinkhardware.com, and I'll see you in the next video.